Is the crime to outshine? Your core thought here is, if I shine too brightly, I'll make others uncomfortable. This is especially strong for kind, empathetic souls, the ones who always make space for others. Here's some questions that I'd like you to think about. Where am I holding back, not because of skill, but because of safety? What success do I not yet feel allowed to have? And who would I become or let go of to rise? This is the threshold. This is the invisible edge between what you want and what you are willing to allow. It is not more knowledge you need, it is more capacity to hold joy, money, success, and visibility without fear of losing something sacred in return. So your next level is not out of reach, it is waiting for your nervous system to feel safe enough to let in. What if the very thing you are chasing, the dream business, the thriving client list, the recognition, the ease, was never meant to be found outside of you? What if it was already there waiting, like a treasure, buried not in some distant land, but right in the quiet center of your being? Not lost, not broken, just hidden beneath the noise of shoulds and strategies, funnels and formulas. Maybe, just maybe, you have been building castles from sand while the real foundation, you, has been quietly whispering, "Come home." You see, this episode is not going to give you a 7-step marketing hack or a plug and play template, because here's what I know. The greatest business strategy you will ever implement is your frequency. The deepest transformation you can offer your clients starts with the transformation you allow within yourself. And when your soul becomes the strategy, everything begins to shift. Because you don't need to become more. You need to remember who you are. So the coachpreneur path is not about doing more. It is about becoming undeniably you, visible, unfiltered, and unmasked. So take a breath, let the noise fade, and allow this to be your permission slip to begin again from within. So let's begin. Shiny golden nugget number 1. You are your brand's frequency. So let's throw away the script of ideal client avatars and marketing formulas for just a moment. Because people do not buy coaching, they buy energy. They buy transmission. They buy the embodiment of a woman who has walked her shadows, kissed her wounds, and alchemized her truth into gold. The highest return on investment in your business doesn't come from your effort, it comes from your embodiment. So if you want clients who pay premium prices, then become the living, breathing embodiment of the outcome they desire. So here's a question for you. What is the frequency I'm broadcasting right now, and is it in integrity with the business I say I want? Because you can brand your colors and polish your website, but if your energy whispers, "I'm still doubting myself," your audience will feel it. Your frequency is your funnel. So I want to share a story with you. A woman came into a coaching session struggling to post on social media, and this was one of mine, of course. Not because of her lack of content. She was brilliant. She was a painter, she was a designer, and she was a coach. Her work was so powerful, her voice was beautiful. But when we dug beneath the surface, we met the part of her that felt unsafe being seen. She wasn't resisting marketing, she was resisting visibility. So we personified the resistance. And what does it want to protect you from was one of my first questions. And what is its job? And it turned out that her inner resistance wasn't laziness or inconsistency. It was an ancient survival strategy loyal to an old story, such as, if I'm seen, I'll be judged. If I'm seen, I'll be misunderstood. If I'm seen, I won't be safe. Her nervous system was calibrated for protection, not expansion. So once she met that part with compassion, not force, her whole posture shifted. She began showing up online not as a performer, but as an artist, not as a brand, but as a beacon. That's the frequency shift we are talking about. And it changes every day. And by being consciously aware of it, you can change everything. So here's a little daily ritual for you as a way to check in. It only takes a couple of minutes. So number one, close your eyes and take a deep breath and ask yourself, what energy am I carrying into my business today? And just notice, is it fear? Is it trust? Is it shame? And then just declare, I calibrate to the frequency of whatever it is, clarity, devotion, abundance, visibility, and then act. Write, speak, and sell from that space. Because you know what? We are always broadcasting. The question is, are you doing it consciously? This is the truth, and this is the final truth before I go into the next shiny golden nugget. You are not just offering coaching or counseling or psychology, whatever that may be for you. You are offering a transmission of what is possible. So instead of selling more, calibrate higher, become the outcome, and let your frequency do the talking. Shiny golden nugget number 2, stop selling products and start selling identity shifts. If you want to build a brand that moves people, a business that magnetizes buyers, not just followers, then listen closely. You are not selling a product. You're not even selling transformation. You are selling a version of your customer they deeply want to become. This is not just intuitive. It's backed by neuroscience, psychology, and buyer behavior research. So here's what the data tells us. According to research by Harvard professor Gerald Zoltman, 95% of purchasing decisions are subconscious. So people do not buy because of features. They buy because of identity alignment. So your ideal client is asking, will this help me become more of who I secretly want to be? If the answer is yes, they will lean in. If the answer is unclear, they will scroll past. So let's think about some iconic brands like Nike, Apple, and even your brand, right? So Nike doesn't sell shoes. They sell the identity of someone disciplined, driven, and athletic. Apple does not sell technology. They sell the identity of someone being innovative, cutting edge, and sleek. So your brand must do the same, whether you're a coach, a psychologist, a designer, a healer, or a creator. Your business must stand for an identity your customer desires but hasn't yet claimed. So remember, you are not in business of selling things. You are in the business of awakening identity. So when people encounter your brand, they are asking, is this the key to the life I've been imagining but haven't yet stepped into? I want to share a framework. It's called the Identity Positioning Triangle. So to clarify what identity shift your brand offers, define, number 1, the old self, who they are before they engage with you. Number 2, the desired self, who they secretly want to become. And number 3, the bridge, how your offer gets them there. Okay, so for example, old self is someone who's scattered, second guessing, and an overwhelmed coach, let's say. The design self, clear, visible, and in demand a demand coach or a demand leader. And then 3, the bridge. It could be your 7-day retreat or a 90-day business evolution program. Now, weave this into your marketing. Speak to the old self with compassion. Name the new self with clarity and position your offer as the obvious bridge. Here's a journal prompt for you. And write this down. What identity shift is my business facilitating, and is it crystal clear in my messaging, visuals, and offers? Because your brand is not here to sell another service. It is here to activate the next version of your customer. So if you want to create a business that people don't just buy from, but believe in, anchor it in identity. Because when people feel seen for who they are becoming, they say yes. Shiny golden nugget number 3. When success feels unsafe and the hidden barriers blocking your growth. So let us say the quiet parts out loud. You already know enough. You've taken the courses. You've built the brand. You've refined the offer. You are ready. And yet something still keeps your foot on the brake. Why? Because deep down, some part of you doesn't feel safe being seen, being successful, or being celebrated. This is not a knowledge problem. It is a safety problem. And the longer we ignore it, the more we confuse sabotage with strategy. You are not afraid of failing. You are afraid of what happens if you finally become that version of you, visible, powerful, and undeniable. So here are 3 hidden barriers that keep you playing safe. These aren't mindset issues. They are identity level loyalties. They live in your subconscious and they quietly shape every decision you make in your business. How much you charge, how often you show up, and how visible you allow yourself to become. So the first one is the belief that you are fundamentally flawed. Your thought could be simple as, I am not good enough to be happy or successful. This belief convinces you that no matter what you build or how hard you work, you will always be one step behind what you truly want. And it sounds like, who am I if I do this? They'll find out I'm not ready. This is too good to last. This belief doesn't block your strategy, it blocks your reception. Number 2, disloyalty and abandonment. Your core thought could be as simple as, if I grow too much, I'll lose the people I love. Your fear that if you rise, you will outgrow your family, your roots, your friends, or the people who once felt like home. It's the quiet belief that becoming successful makes you disloyal to your past, your upbringing, or your cultural values. So you stay safe by keeping small and staying stuck. The third one is the crime to outshine. Your core thought here is, if I shine too brightly, I'll make others uncomfortable. This is especially strong for kind, empathetic souls, the ones who always make space for others. You downplay your wins, soften your voice, or shrink your presence because you fear it will trigger envy, judgment, or separation. So you blend in, not because you are unsure, but because you fear what your radiance might cost. So which of these feels most alive in you right now? What should shift in your business if you no longer needed to shrink, soften, or split off from your own power? Here's some questions that I'd like you to think about. Where am I holding back, not because of skill, but because of safety? What success do I not yet feel allowed to have? And who would I become or let go of to rise? This is the threshold. This is the invisible edge between what you want and what you are willing to allow. It is not more knowledge you need, it is more capacity to hold joy, money, success, and visibility without fear of losing something sacred in return. So your next level is not out of reach, it is waiting for your nervous system to feel safe enough to let in. If your heart has been whispering, "This is me, this is mine, I am ready," then that is not a coincidence. That is a calling. The coachpreneur path is not for the faint of heart. It is for the soul who knows deep in her bones that she was not put here just to build a business, but to ignite a movement, to turn her story into a service or services, to alchemize her lived experience into legacy. And if that's you, then I want to invite you closer. We are about to begin a 12-month journey, and it starts with a 7-day retreat in the south of France, nestled between ancient stone and endless sky. This is where we go deep. You will not just leave with clarity, you will leave with your business Bible, your message, model, method, and monetization blueprint fully mapped out. But that is only the beginning. Over the next year, you'll be supported to launch your signature offer, build your magnetic personal brand, pitch and land aligned media interviews, craft the outline of your book, deliver your TED style talk, and build a business that is both sacred and scalable. And here's the part that usually surprises people. You will not be spending hundreds and thousands of dollars, not $50,000, not $20,000, not even $10,000 for the entire 12 months experience, including this 7-day retreat in the south of France. This was designed with intention because I believe that soul aligned success should be available, not exclusive. So if this stirred something in you, the link is below to explore more, or book a call to see if this is for you. No pressure, no push, just a real heart-led conversation to explore your next becoming. And lastly, from my heart to yours, thank you for your time, thank you for your energy, and thank you for your support, your presence, and your yes to your own experience. Because when you rise, the world rises with you. So let's do this together.